Kia ora TikTok. So we're doing our weekly readings, guys. This one's going to be for our fire signs. So that's Aries, Leo, and Saggitarius. And this will be from the 7th till the 13th of July. So let's have a look at your guys' recent past. And then we'll get stuck into what it is that you guys can expect moving forward, okay? So I feel like there's been a situation, okay? So we got the World card coming out with the Judgment card, guys, and the Five of Cups coming out as well. We have the Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So there's been a closing out to some type of cycle, okay? And this has caused some type of redirection in your life. There's been something that feels like a bit of a heavy loss. I feel like this is something that could also be relating to some type of trauma. Could be dating back to childhood. But there's been some type of wrap up to a cycle, okay? And I feel like this cycle was actually quite emotionally draining for a lot of you, all right? There's a sense of sort of something being closed out, and I feel like this is more connected to your emotional state. There's been some things that have sort of come up, okay, with that Judgment card. So I feel like there was something that we could have had to face, all right? And there's a sense of closing out this cycle to create inner peace for you. But there's a sense of sort of moving direction, okay? So we're moving direction. There's been a release of stress, all right? And it's because we've closed out some type of cycle. With this cycle, we've left a lot of sort of stress relating to a past situation, okay? So wherever there was sort of like turbulence or tension, this could even be relating to sort of arguments as well. There's been some sort of stressful situation that's come to an end. All right. And I feel like there's a sense of needing to put yourself first. You could have been successful. Okay. There's a sense of success, but I feel like there's still an emotional burden connected to this. All right. And I feel like when it comes to your guys' energy moving forward, there's a need to be quite hopeful moving forward, guys, because I feel like there was some sort of success was sort of the judgment call when it came to this, but it didn't come without sort of the emotional baggage with it. So this could have been something that was quite confronting in the moment, but I feel like we've closed that out. We've closed that out. So there's a need to sort of put this energy behind us and sort of move forward, putting yourself first. All right. And I feel like we could be sort of holding on to a bit of the emotional turbulence when it comes to this situation. It's done. Okay, and I feel like there's a need to push forward in a different way now and fully release whatever it is that we're still sort of clinging onto when it comes to the outcome of a certain situation, okay? Because I feel like by moving forward like this, guys, we're releasing a lot of stress, okay? Now, there's a need to sort of have these emotions for yourself, okay? And put yourself first when it comes to pushing forward, okay? Understanding that whatever happened within that situation and the emotional baggage tied to that, it's over now. And I feel like it's something that we can finally release, okay? Yep. So I feel like moving forward, there's a need to focus on what's coming up, okay? Because we've got the Magician card coming out on the bottom of the deck. This has removed such a big blockage. This has removed such a big blockage when it comes to whatever it is that was restricting you from being able to move forward, okay? But I feel like stepping into this week, guys, we need to focus on what's in front of us. I feel like there could have been a lot of sort of confronting things that could have came up in this situation, but I feel like there was a lesson tied up in this, okay? And I feel like walking into this week, guys, we need to walk in with the self-perception of ourselves, that sort of we are who we are authentic, and we need to start walking forward in our truth and start chasing and pursuing the things that we have planned in front of us, okay? And sort of releasing the baggage from this past situation. I feel like because it's almost like we've left this situation and we haven't quite got the clarity that we need to sort of release this baggage for once and for all. But I feel like it's coming, all right? But there's a need to sort of self-reflect and understand that moving forward, you can still move forward without this clarity, okay? It's going to do you a world of good to not cling to this clarity, because I feel like that's something that could sort of stagnate your energy, okay? So there's a need to focus on where we're going at the moment and releasing sort of the lack of clarity that came from sort of closing out this cycle, okay? Because that could possibly stagnate your energy. Now, I sort of want to have a look and see what it is that we can expect this week, okay? Now we've got the Two of Wands with the Queen of Cups. So I feel like we could be waiting for some news to come in, all right? You've got the Page of Swords. So I feel like there's news that you can expect this week, okay, guys? And I feel like this is something that you could be expecting. Now, whatever this is that you've been waiting for, guys, because I feel like you've been sort of waiting for whatever this news is definitely going to be something that's going to release a lot of sort of stress. A lot of stress, okay? And I feel like this is going to be sort of the news that's going to come in is going to allow you to sort of step into the next part that I feel like you've been waiting for, okay? You've been waiting to sort of move towards something, and I feel like you're going to get the clarity this week, okay? There's going to be some type of news coming in that's going to allow you to step one foot in front of the other, moving towards a certain goal that you've been trying to manifest, right? Because we had that Magician card coming out. You're chasing something. I feel like you guys are trying to move towards something, but there's a waiting. There's something connected to time when it comes to waiting for whatever this is that we're trying to sort of manifest, okay? So I feel like there's going to be some type of information that comes in regards to what it is that you've been planning on moving towards. And this is going to be something where you're going to have to maybe, because I feel like with this information coming in, there might be a little bit more work surrounding pulling off whatever it is that you're trying to work towards. But I feel like this is definitely setting you up to sort of leave something behind. We're moving away from something, okay? So there's something that we're leaving behind. This news that's coming in, even though there's a little bit of work to commit to, it's definitely closing out some type of cycle, okay? So we're leaving some type of perception behind, and I feel like this is going to give us sort of like the kick and sort of the acknowledgement that where we're heading to is definitely something that's going to be manifesting, okay? So there's something that's coming in this week, guys, and I feel like it's the next step. It's the next step to what it is that you're trying to bring in, okay? It's us fully committing to whatever this is. Now, I feel like this is going to be some really important news. There's going to be value tied into this news that's coming in that's basically going to set in stone where you're going next, all right? And this is the confirmation that you need. This is the confirmation that you need to take that big step forward into something that you've been manifesting, all right? And I feel like it's something, without this clarity, you've been a little bit on edge, but I feel like this is something that's coming in this week, guys, all right? And it's going to allow you to push forward, take action, okay? So this could have been something that was quite a process, all right? Because I'm seeing a slow and steady progress to whatever it is that we've been trying to manifest. But there's something about you no longer having that mindset that you can be restricted from your plans ahead and you taking action, all right? So there's definitely something coming to light. This news is going to be really important for a lot of yous. Because I feel like this was something that we were sort of worried about. It's definitely something that could have restricted sort of bringing in this manifestation. But it's going to cause, this news is going to create a big switch up, okay? It's going to be pretty much set in stone once this news comes in. Yeah, there might be a little bit more required around what it is that you need to do to sort of take that next step. But it's basically going to set it in stone for the next step, okay? For what it is that you're trying to bring in. It's set in stone. And I feel like clearing out whatever it is that you've cleared out and pushing forward in this new direction, it's meant to happen. And this news is going to basically clarify that this week, guys. So that's really good. Look forward to that, okay? I see you guys moving. By the end of this week, guys, you guys are going to be pretty confident in what it is that you're trying to manifest, okay? There's going to be action, all right? So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Have a good week, and I'll talk to you guys soon.